Today we are going to go to Tea Up Climbing in Taiwan. It is a chain and we are going to the one that is located in NanGong. And so after a quick bubble tea, because we have to when we're in Taiwan, we decided to head over. Oh, music center. It's the music center. This gym could be divided into 3 different levels. The bottom layer is for kids and it is just kind of a recreational area, so we won't be going there. The middle region is the bulk of the climbing gym, and the top layer is a spray wall. As for the main climbing area, I was pleasantly surprised to see that their gradings match that of Canada's. As mentioned previously, in Canada I usually do V6s, and here are some of the V6s in this gym that I've tried. They were still a bit difficult, but as you'll see, with a little bit of trial and error, I did end up getting one of the V6s. With more time and more availability to project these things, I probably could have gotten a lot more of the V6s here. Jenny had a similar experience. In Canada, she climbs around V4-ish or so, and here she was able to do the V4s as well. And just to drive the point home, when she tried to do V5s, it became a little bit more difficult. On the left here, you can see that she's having troubles just starting it, and the key point here is she was struggling the same ways she would struggle with the V5 in Canada. One more thing to mention here is that unlike Hong Kong, these climbs were much cleaner. Although after coming off the walls we were still filled with rubber marks everywhere, it was no longer so bad that brushing wouldn't help at all. So straight from just first impressions, Jenny and I already found ourselves liking this gym way more than anything from Hong Kong. Oh, and if you're wondering about the grading system, here it is. As I mentioned, I usually am a V5 to V6 climber in Canada, and in Taiwan this felt exactly the same. On the left you'll see me flashing a V5, and on the right you'll see me trying to get the very start of a V7. I felt the V7 was a difficult move, but not impossible. Out of all the gyms we visited on our trip, this was the one gym I would have really liked to revisit, just to project some of these climbs. Gradings aside, the climbs were quite nicely set. But take that with a grain of salt because we've only visited this gym once. We don't know about turnover or the setting habits of their setters. Anyhow, this is the V6 that I projected and got on the day of, with some encouragement from the locals. We didn't really get to try the spray wall because there was a lesson at the time, but overall it did look much harder than what the rest of the gym was offering. Look how much trust they have in everybody. This is outside of the gym.
Yeah, everyone had their phones charging.
It's like hub level, except in hub it's like on the inside. This is just on the outstreet, like this is the street. It's the same level as Canada, I would say. I was doing a V6, and I think there was one guy that did a V7 for me, but every other person there tonight was doing like V1s and 2s. Minus a few, there's like a handful of V4, V5 people. And now we're off to another market, a bigger one. Hopefully we won't get scammed for fruit again. Wow. And it's right next to a station too. Well, pretty self-explanatory here. After climbing, we got hungry, and where better to go than to go to a night market for food. This night market in particular is the Raohe night market. We've been walking for like 10 10 minutes. There's still so much market to go. It's actually not too crowded though, so it's like not too bad. While we're here, I was commenting on how this reminded me like the night markets we have in Vancouver and Toronto, but they were never like this. Furthermore, the night markets in Taiwan were every single night. And I think it was so ingrained into their culture that most stores would actually close before the night market opens up.
It was a Michelin something.
Oh. So 20 minutes later, we're on the other side. And of course, while we were here, we definitely had to try as much food as we possibly can. And so you'll see us eating the classics such as cilantro ice cream, hot dogs wrapped in sticky rice, as well as a slew of other sausages decorated with various things and cooked in various ways. Thank you. For 60 HKD. Not a huge fan of it. Cilantro feels like it belongs in soup or noodles. The thing I like about this is the peanuts. So much fortune telling. You know, in Phuc Quoc there was a night market as well, but I don't think I felt like... It felt kind of sketchy at that place. It could be it was because it was in Vietnam, or the fact that I was by myself. So... that night market. Pretty good. That's pretty good.
I always assume I speak it, but I don't.
It's time for you to be the exotic one. I had like zero expectations for Taiwan in general. And so far it's like surpassing every single thing we've spoken. Although a huge chunk of this I think is just the fact that it's like, what, 20 degrees outside the entire day today? And it's just like, this is amazing. I'm not sweating balls. I'd say so far Hong Kong's like here, and then Taiwan's like